Hello guys, it's time to see polymorphism in C Sharp. I think you have seen polymorphism in Java, you have seen polymorphism in C++. Yes, polymorphism is same in C Sharp as well. You have seen that C Sharp is more similar to Java. It has syntaxes similar to C language. You can easily understand the C Sharp language. We have seen number of examples in C Sharp as well. Okay, there are few types of polymorphism. Static. Okay, what is the polymorphism? Function overloading is the one of the part of polymorphism. What is function overloading? Writing the 2 3 function with the same name is function overloading. So this is the practical kind of example of function overloading. You can write multiple function with the same name but with the different parameters in it. This is the simple example of polymorphism in C Sharp or function overloading. What is the overloading word means? You are creating more function with the same name, means you are overloading that function. Let us see that example. Polymorphism, we have created a namespace, then we have created a class. Inside that we have created a print method with the integer parameter. Then we have created another print method same name with a double parameter. Then we have created another print method, the string as a parameter. In the main function, what we are doing, we are just creating the object of the class print data. P is the object we are creating. Then we are calling the print method by passing the parameter as integer. Then function which accepts integer as a parameter will be get called. Then we are calling the print method again by passing the double as a parameter. Then next second method will be get called with the double as a parameter. Then we are calling the print method by passing string hello C++ as a parameter. So let us see this function by executing this program. Okay, so let's try to execute this program. It is quite easy to execute the program in C Sharp. Here we are executing it online. In normal days, how you need to execute the program? For that you need to download the Visual Studio. Then you need to do number of things. You need to write this code and then you need to compile it and you need to execute it. What output comes? First integer 5 will be printed, then double will be printed, then hello C++ will be printed. So this is what we are trying to say. The polymorphism concept of polymorphism means you can write more than one function but with the different parameters. That is what the polymorphism is all about. So now let us see the dynamic polymorphism. What dynamic polymorphism is? What here I am doing, I have created a class shape. Then I am creating the rectangle class. I am inheriting it from the shape. In a class shape, I have created a function area declared. This is the function declaration. Function declaration ends with semicolon. Okay, so that's all. Then I am implementing that function here. Then in a main method, what I am doing, I am calling that area function. This is the what you can call as a dynamic polymorphism. How it works, let us see the example by executing it. It's quite easy to understand the polymorphism in C Sharp. You can easily know the detail. What I have done here, area and is 70. So let me explain you what inside it. Here I have created namespace which has the same name as file, class shape, where I have declared a method, just a method declared. Okay, then I have created a rectangle class inherited from shape class. Then I have created a class. Inside that I have created a main method. Inside that I am I am declaring the object of rectangle class, and then whatever I am calculating the area, saving the area and printing the area. It's quite easy. Okay, so let us see the another example of, let us implement that using abstract class, how it can be done. I will explain that class in detail also. Okay, rectangle class area 70, rectangle class area 25. How it happens, let me explain you. I have created a namespace. Inside that is shape class. Inside that I have created a constructor shape which accepts two parameters, saves. Then I have created a area method. Then I have inherited class rectangle from shape. Then I have implemented area method with a different types in it. And then I have created triangle method as well. And then I have created color class. Then I have declared that area method again. Then whatever I am doing in main method, I am calling those functions. Okay, that's all about what you can say function overloading. Then there comes the operator overloading. Operator overloading is not part of our syllabus. We are not going to see it. Okay, so we are going to stop here. See you.